Good evening, RAD viewers. Rick here. Nice to see you all. I'm so excited about tonight's live stream. I've been chatting backstage with Mike and Will, and both great guys. I think you're going to enjoy this, and I have to say thanks to my viewers on the East Coast who are staying up. I know, Ross, you sent me a picture. You had the stream all ready to go. I really appreciate it. It's probably 1 in the morning your time. So I'll bring Mike in here. Mike is just such an awesome dude. And let me just click this button. Hey, Mike, how are you, my friend?
Hey, what's going on? Which Mike were you talking about?
Not you, a different
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah, I figured
Canadian
that.
Mike.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We've
One of my
talked
top
about
3
this.
favorite Canadians.
Half of Canada is called Mike.
Oh, is it? That's good. Oh, yeah, because everyone wants to be like Mike.
Everyone wants to be like Mike.
Yeah, what's going on, everybody? It's here. Humberto, Texas Didi. Of course, Texas Didi will never miss a show.
No. Got Keith. Keith and I were chatting about invisible glass the other day. I did not know it came in a liquid form. I thought it was all spray aerosol.
Then we got the Voodoo.
Oh, I got the Voodoo like you do.
We got Voodoo 350. He's in the chat.
It's so awesome having these viewers just spend time with us on a Saturday night. I like these Saturday nights much more than Sundays.
I kind of do too. And I have a bunch of them coming up on Saturdays, except for one, I think in late October. But the rest are all on Saturdays. I mean, I can miss a little college football. It's the NFL that I don't want to miss.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know. The Canadians are crazy about NFL. I can't imagine the hype Americans must have for their NFL.
Yeah,
it's just one thing I want to do before I die is get to an NFL game. So if any of you viewers want to sponsor a trip, let's do it.
Yeah. What's going on, Efren? How you doing? John Van Dam or John Van Cedars? What's going on?
Nice to see Gully drop by.
Gully's Garage. What's going on?
He's been ghosting me lately. I don't know.
Al Daly, what's going on? Glenn, Amanda, Rad Garage, what's going on? Nice to see you, Rad Garage. Oh.
You had me there for a second. I was like, who's stealing my? All right.
We got D&D Auto Detailing. What's going on? So their show's gonna be pretty good. Rick set this one up. That's why we're on so late. You know, Rick, you
blame me.
Yeah,
I'm a night owl.
I put one responsibility in Rick's hands, and you know, it's Rick.
You should.
Fred, what's going on, Fred? What's going on?
Hey, Fred.
I almost had my garage video made today. I almost had it made.
I'm waiting for that one.
I had it. I actually did it and everything, but when I have something set up where I'm giving away a glove box, because I got one extra one sent to me for the month of September, and it's got that ceramic in there and everything. It's a $130 box, and so I was gonna make a garage video and do a giveaway on it, and.
Is that you making that noise, or is that
no,
me?
It's I sent Eric a text message. It says, "Hey, are you coming on?" It says, "I'll pop in for a second, but I'm washing the Range Rover," and he sent me a picture.
Okay, well, no pics. It's not true. I saw him out earlier driving around his GSR.
He loves that thing.
Furious racing everybody.
Oh yeah, he loves that thing.
It's a nice car.
Yeah, since he can't ride the motorcycle no more. He can only race in that now. I think Mama Bear let the law down on that.
Well, you know what? I think quorum has been met. We're over 30 viewers here.
What?
And I'm sure there's more to come. Let me just let me hype up our guests. So
do it.
Quite a few years ago, I met Will through his connections at a different company, and he's such a cool guy, and he treated me so well. And he now is a big shot. I think he owns Gyeon. No, I don't think he's. I see him backstage shaking. He's vice president of. He's president. Well, we'll let Will talk all about it.
Of customer relations.
Yeah, well, he's good at that. And I follow him on Instagram. He's just a really cool dude. He's out in Colorado. which I feel like that's the Canadian, like Alberta and Colorado, I think are like spirit animals. We're very, yeah, I have a lot of friends in Colorado.
If I were to leave California, Colorado is probably where I would go. But the only thing that sucks is I'd miss the ocean.
Well, let's bring him in.
Okay.
Here is Will from Gyeon.
Will!
There he is. Hey, dude.
How you guys doing?
What's going on?
Awesome. Thanks for coming tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. I have your YouTube on my phone here so I could kind of see all the comments and stuff. And
oh, awesome. Yeah, feel free to comment. And I just got to start by saying I love the decor. You've got the lid, you've got the shirt, you've got the posters. I even see the nozzle spray, the spray nozzles, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, got some of my favorite Gyeon products with me. So I figured, why not bring them,
Yeah.
I the one that I see that Rick uses, and I've seen a couple other YouTubers use, is that bath.
Yeah.
That seems to be probably one of your best soaps that you guys have.
So I have the upgraded version of it, Bath Plus. See, there we go. So Bath Plus, Bathe Plus, same version, just silica content in it. But hands down, bathe, bath, whatever you want to call it. Probably one of our top selling products, I would tell you, super smooth lubricant for a nice wash.
Yes.
Well, viewers of the channel know that I have the correct pronunciation for all words.
Yes.
I'm going with bathe.
Okay.
Just that
bathe will work.
The E means something, you got to respect the E.
It could be silent.
Yeah. So the
well,
weird
it still is silent.
The weird thing about Gyeon is, so, you have guys call it Gyeon, you have guys call it Gyeon. There's so many different pronunciations for the brand. Why not have a bunch of pronunciations for the products?
Yeah.
Well, and I'm going to have to pull rank here. I actually lived in Seoul, South Korea for 4 years.
Oh, okay.
𝗠𝗜𝗞𝗘'𝗦.
Yeah.
I think that's thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, we might even get to that. So, Will, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I don't know. Have you ever seen a live stream Mike and I and Eric throw?
You know what? Honestly, I was watching them earlier today. I had a couple pulled up to kind of get my fingers wet a little before I stepped into this to see what it was like.
Yes.
They're not that bad, huh?
I've never done market research before coming on.
That's awesome. Gotta know what you're walking into.
That's right. Well, one thing we like to do is get to know people. That's why Mike and Eric call this behind the channel. You're not so much a channel. You're more just a guy behind the scenes at a company a lot of people respect. But we want to get to know you a little bit. So can we ask you a few questions?
Yeah, of course. Fire away.
So we got 10 statements that we want you to finish.
Okay.
Let's go.
These are great. I love these.
Yeah, I mixed these ones up a bit, Mike.
Nice.
But some of them you'll. Let's start with this one. Number 1. My connection to the detailing world stems back to. Take it away.
Ooh. Being 15 or 16 years old, detailing with my buddy, Frank, who owns Luminescent Detailing out of Chicago. He's a really good buddy of mine that, we say we're the same person in different bodies. And because of him, that's why I'm in this industry is, he developed this passion and kind of roped me under his wing. And, being the same age, I always looked up to him and I was like, yep, that's why I am here where I am now.
That's awesome.
Nice.
His name's Frank?
Yep, Frank 𝗚𝗏𝗚, Luminescent Detailing. He's got a really cool shop, North Chicago, big PPF ceramic pro guy. Working on the Gyeon conversion, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Chicago's another amazing American city from like the detailing world, the automotive world. I've been there a few times. That's awesome. So are you in contact with him regularly or is
Yeah, I'm actually standing in his wedding next weekend.
No, there you
What?
go.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's pretty crazy. You meet somebody,
Well,
20+
congratulations
years
to
ago.
Frank. All right. Let's go to number 2 here. If I'm not working, you can find me.
Oof. Good one. Either in my garage detailing or at an ice rink.
Right. Now, don't say too much more about hockey because I have another question about that coming up.
Okay.
For viewers, Will is big into hockey. Big into hockey. All right. So just in your garage, I know you're in a relatively new house, new to you. I think it was built from the ground up, and you were the first owners, correct?
Ooh, so yes and no. So that house is currently up for sale.
Oh.
So my wife and I moved about 2 months ago.
Okay.
Kind of bittersweet. My old garage was super nice. I had, epoxied floors, super nice lighting set up. Everything, all my shelving was built out. And then we moved to a bigger house with a bigger garage, and still working on it right now. It's not rad yet, but we'll get there.
I know you will.
Nice.
Mike is in a new garage to him. He's in he upgraded to a triple garage. I'm very jealous.
Okay.
I think he's still got it packed to the rafters, though. That guy's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I can see it all in the
Just right
background.
It's right there. If I turn this thing around, it's like, well, it's empty on that side, and I keep all my stuff on this side just so I can have it all. I mean, it's wide open. I just insulated the garage doors last week.
Oh, okay.
I got the AC unit sitting over there. I just got the spotless system. It's sitting over here, hooked up to the pressure washer.
There we go.
The only thing I'm missing is a drain in the garage, but everything slopes to the garage door. So I just cracked the door open just a hair, and it just flows right on out. No problem.
You don't have to worry about that freezing the way Will and I do.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even know what freezing is. I don't even own an ice scraper.
Oh man,
I don't even own one of those. And when you all talk about salt, I don't even know what that is either.
I wish that's how it was here.
Well, congratulations on the big house, Will.
Yeah, thank you.
There's something fun about starting from. Was this a new house, or was it someone else's house that you have to undo some things?
Yeah, so it was somebody else's house, still relatively new, built about 3 or 4 years ago.
Okay.
But the garage does need a lot of love.
Yeah.
Gotta paint everything. So my old garage was painted and everything, and so hopefully my wife is watching this, but I want to paint it, epoxy the floors again. Get a new shelving set up, and kind of make it. Oh man. Now I'm jealous.
Hold on. I even got it painted.
Oh yeah.
Look at that.
See, that's a proper setup right there.
That's pretty legit.
That's a RAD Garage 0.5.
Yeah.
And if I got the cable cars and everything on this wall behind me over here. I got the cable cars, so I kind of in the shelving units, so I can at least keep the cable cars. I almost sat out in front of it today.
Back there.
Yeah,
I almost sat in front of it today.
A year and a half to catch up, and I'll be there.
Nice.
Awesome. I had a guy message me the other day. It was funny. He's like, "You won't remember me, but about 6 months ago, I was walking my dog and we started talking." And I didn't remember. But he said, "I'm doing my garage up." He lives in just one neighborhood over.
Okay.
He came by this morning because he's going between, should I do epoxy or should I do Swiss tracks?
Oof. That's the other question.
That's
Swiss track.
Biggest question. Well, Mike, listen, it depends, right? We've talked about this.
Kinda.
But where I live, epoxy is so expensive to have professionally installed. Like, it's just highway robbery what these guys want. And their warranties, they warranty them, but they do fail here quite often. It really depends on how much moisture is underneath your pad, but I digress. Anyway, he came by this morning. He was a cool dude. All right, here's number 3. We'll talk a bit about your job because we want to hear what you do at Gyeon, or Gyeon as some people call it.
Geekon, yeah.
Never call it that. The most satisfying aspect of my job is?
The most satisfying aspect of my job is the freedom. So I would tell you our national brand manager is a guy named Jeff McEachran, and Jeff has been astounding with the amount of freedom he gives me to grow the brand how I want here in the U.S. And has my back 100% of the time, no matter if I make a good decision or a bad decision. But we have a lot of cool things in the work that, you know, we'll touch on. But there's a lot of stuff that my past experiences have led up to and have allowed me to do here. So stuff that I worked with you on in previous companies, we're going to kind of replicate for Gyeon and, you know, go from there.
Right on. Yeah, freedom in a job. That is something, it just doesn't seem like those two words go together, but I kind of know what you mean. The school I work at gives us a lot of autonomy as teachers, and I know other teachers in certain schools feel a little bit like constricted. So, yeah, that's amazing. So, yeah, I wanted to ask you this. Like sometimes we just have these little asides. Do you work virtually from home, or are you near a Gyeon, Denver, distribution center? Or how does that work?
Great question. So, you've probably seen. I have a 4-month-old. My wife and I are very blessed. We have a beautiful baby boy, and with her working and me working, I work remote 2 to 3 days a week. Normally it's 2 days. And then I'm in the office about 3 days a week on average. We have the service side to our business. So we have a studio location called Denver Auto Shield. Also another really cool shop to check out, really high-end clientele, where we do ceramic coatings, PPF, and tint. And then the front side of that business is 90% Gyeon. So no distribution yet. I would say probably the next year and a half, 2 years, we'll probably be there where we'll take over our own distribution. Right now we use a 3PL, so a third-party logistical company that picks, packs, and processes our orders. But I would tell you, with the growth that we've experienced over the last year and a half, we're kind of in that ballpark of being able to take it over ourselves.
I always wondered about that. So product comes in ships from South Korea where it's produced.
Correct.
And this third-party logistics company is then in charge of distributing it throughout the U.S.
Yeah. So essentially what we do is we bring in the products from our factory. The cool part about our factory is we own the whole process. So we own all of our, chemical formulas, our packaging, all the concepts and ideas, and like the crazy posters you see behind me, we own all the rights to everything. They bring the products in, we ship them directly to a third-party company. They unpack everything we bring in, and then they process the orders that we send them. So let's say a customer places an order with me, I put it in the system, and then they're in charge of picking the order, packing the order, and shipping the order on our behalf.
And so where do America, because this is Gyeon USA, and you deal exclusively with the States.
Correct.
Where would a customer place an order?
So currently, it's difficult right now currently. Yeah. So, and that's one of the biggest challenges we're facing. So I'll tell you right now, a lot of it's done through resellers. So in the US, Mike's probably aware, Detailed Image, Esoteric, Autotopia, AutoGeek. Those are kind of the main places. Amazon's massive, and it's an ever-growing channel. So through Amazon. But lucky enough, one of the big projects we've been working on, and I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say it, but we're going to have our own website. So GyeonUSA.com will be live within the next month or so. And that's where, we'll be able to channel people to be able to purchase products.
GyeonUSA.com in a matter of weeks.
Yep. Hopefully, that's the goal.
Okay. Hopefully. I get my Gs'on like most Canadians do through 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢.
Yep.
And 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢, Chris at 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢 has been a Gs'on fan. He's been a promoter of that product since like probably 4 years now.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, Canadians are very.
It's cool to see it. Like, you know, I've worked with 𝗓𝗏𝗧𝗢 in the past in a previous role, and it's very, very cool to see him. You know what he does with the brand. Represents it very, very well.
Yeah.
So with the Gyeon USA, is that getting shipped from Colorado from where you're at, or are you going to have another location for that?
So that'll all go out of the third-party logistics. So all of it is based in just outside of Atlanta, Georgia, right now. Mm-hmm. As we scale and grow, the cost of real estate in Colorado is just astronomically expensive. So hopefully, if that dies down in the next couple of years, you'll see products coming right out of Colorado. That would be my personal goal for the brand, is to be able to, manage and watch all the products get processed and shipped.
Just walking through a big warehouse with ceramic detailer up here, bathe plus. Oh man, that would be satisfying.
Yeah,
and posters.
Yeah, lots of posters. New posters are hopefully coming out soon too.
Nice.
All right, well, let's get back to this. This is number 4. Okay, this is a great question. We've had a lot of interesting answers on this. So if I could instantly gain expertise in something, it would be
car related. It would be paint correction, right? Because no matter how much time you spend behind a buffer, there's always knowledge to learn.
Yeah.
I try to get behind a buffer at least once or twice a week, and can never learn enough about paint and clear coats and the way certain paints finish. Exterior to cars, if I could gain expertise on anything, it'd be life, right? Just overall, just the ins and outs of life.
Legit. Yeah. I think you're doing pretty good from what I've seen. You're doing pretty good that way.
Doing all right.
You're doing all right. You're doing better than most. I hear you about paint correction, though. I find it's a very humbling experience. You do a car and you feel like, oh, I'm the master. I should be on Instagram. I'm so cool. And then a friend will pull a car in and you'll be like, no problem. Let me get this scratch for you. And nothing happens. You're like,
yep.
Geez, like you're back to. Not that happens to you, Mike.
Oh. I have one of those experiences in my garage right now. It's a black Chevy pickup truck. I can't even tell you what kind of truck it is, but it's been a pretty humbling experience how much time has been sunk into this truck. And thankfully my wife gets behind a buffer and she can coat and stuff. And my wife's a detailing guru.
Wow.
So I'm lucky that she gets out there and helps out when I get frustrated.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's something not a lot of us can say, can we, Mike?
No.
hey, hon, the paint isn't finishing well. Can you bring out your
Can you bring out your magical touch and just make this perfect again? Thanks.
She might bring out a grilled cheese sandwich once in a while, but that's about it.
Yeah.
This one's good. You're in the detailing world. You've been in it for years now, right? Probably close to 10
years.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. I can't even. 17? Probably 10 plus years.
Okay, so answer this one then. Something I see happening in the world of detailing that I really like is?
The community. For the most part, right?
Yeah.
I really like seeing people help other people out. So there's some really cool forums that you could go on and people are willing to help each other. Right. And, to me, that's one of the coolest parts about our industry is, it's competitive in a sense, but I could hop on the phone with guys at other big companies, and ask them questions and they're always willing to help out.
Yeah.
I don't know too many industries that are like that.
Jason we had Jason on Mike's channel last week from Chicago Auto Pros.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, what a cool dude.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've had the 2 coolest dudes in a row.
Who was in between?
Well, we're going back to the last 2 that we did.
Jason?
Yeah,
we're going back to the last 2 we did, Will, not the one right now.
We met the guy before Jason and Jason.
Yeah.
But no, he said this. He said something very similar about how he loves that camaraderie.
Yes.
And we've been lucky enough to meet Jason and the whole Chicago Auto Pros team. And man, they're awesome dudes. Just all around awesome dudes. We met them at Southern Detailers Conference, which was a little conference.
You also sell your product.
Yeah, and so he uses a competitor brand of ours, and we're trying to get our foot in the door. If he sees this video, he should definitely try us out a little more. But no,
we're too little for him to watch him.
My counterpart is a guy named Nate, and he just spent last weekend in Chicago at one of their events. So it was pretty cool to for him to be able to get out there and shake hands again and hang out with the guys. Yeah,
Nate's another good guy to follow on Instagram if any of you are on Instagram out there. Nate at 𝗔𝗦𝗧𝗢, Will at 𝗔𝗦𝗧𝗢. Who else is at 𝗔𝗦𝗧𝗢 that we should follow?
Gyeon USA, 𝗔𝗦𝗧𝗢𝗏. So Nate and myself are pretty much the only 2 with more personal accounts at 𝗔𝗦𝗧𝗢 right now.
Yeah.
And that was an idea from our national brand manager, Jeff, and he was like, you guys should make Instagrams.
Yeah.
And, being a younger guy, I'm like, why didn't I think of that? And it's been really cool it's a neat way to connect with detailers, right? Like guys you would never think you'd come across or talk to, and they're just a simple direct message away.
That's amazing. It's so true. We'll get to hockey in a bit. I'm gonna so I'm on IG and I get messages from people. I'm not a celebrity by any means, but I have messaged a few celebrities, and you'll like this one, Will. Matthew Tkachuk.
Oh,
the nasty rat that everyone hates unless he's on your team. He's sponsored by our local Audi dealership, and he was showing off an RSQ8 that the Audi dealership hooked him up with. And I sent him a DM. And I said, hey, I'm a teacher. I like to detail on the side. I'm a big Audi guy. If you ever want your car detailed, I'll detail it for free. And he liked the comment.
What? So I'm not gonna say names, but we have a connection with a few of the professional hockey players here in Colorado. And
you have a hockey team there in Colorado?
Colorado Avalanche.
Never heard of them.
Yeah. You'll hear of them this year. You'll hear of them
keep
this year.
Killing my Flames. That's why
This is the year. Mark my words right now. We'll go back on this video in 6 months.
Go Sharks.
The year.
Go Sharks. Go Sharks.
Oh. Just humor him, Will. Yeah, Sharks are good, Mike. Sharks are going to do really well.
They're going to be great. They're going to
go all the way.
Go Sharks.
Yeah. We've been lucky and blessed enough to detail a few of their cars, and man, they're just normal dudes. They're just normal guys that, one of the guys has a really, really cool Porsche and, just hung around for an hour and a half to talk cars and hockey. I'm like, you're just a normal guy, and you just happen to be a professional hockey player that's at my house right now talking hockey and cars with me. It was so cool.
I'm not even mad that you one-upped me because that was a cool story.
Yeah, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later who we've been in contact with, and some of the guys you'll know them. So.
My son is an Avalanche fan.
Oh yes.
What? No wonder why you like your kid.
He's rooting for a good team.
But just a second here, guys. I'm looking on my screen. I think we've got some kind of Turkish hacker thing.
I think so too. I think we've been hacked. I can see it.
Let me just click this. But geez,
yo,
it is a Turkish hacker.
What is up, guys? What is up, Rick? What's up, Mike?
Hey, Will, how are you, buddy?
How's it going?
Woo, I am actually mid-detail right now. It is dark, but I got my Range Rover here.
Look at you, pinkies up, fancy boy.
I don't have enough light out here, though, guys, so it's
Eric, this is Will. Will, this is Eric. He's
How's it going, Eric?
He's
Hey, how
part
you
of
doing,
the
Will?
boys club here, and he's a hard-working weekend detailer, mechanic during the week.
Very cool. Very cool.
Beard
So you're around cars all the
ratio.
time.
What was that?
You're around cars all the time. That's perfect.
Oh, all the time. I eat, sleep, and breathe vehicles, whether it's mechanic work or detailing.
Well, give us an update on this project. Is it a full paint correction, or are you just cleaning the dirt out of the tires?
Yes, I did the engine bay, which I regret doing that first because I ran out of light. But I'm doing a full interior detail, engine bay, exterior paint correction, and ceramic coating on it.
Wow, that's a couple-day job.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to get started tonight. I wasn't going to. I was just going to wake up early and wash, but I figured if I got it washed, decon, prep, dried, and in the garage, then I can wake up bright early and start the paint correction.
There
Heck
you go.
yeah.
Perfect.
There we
Oh,
go.
man.
Well, are you going to stick around, or are you going to get right back to it?
I wanted to hop in and say what's up because I know I've been missing them, but I got to get back to it. But I wanted to say hi to Will, and I love Gyeon products. I'm trying to try as many as I can without telling the wife.
Heck yeah.
So you guys have an awesome stream. I'm gonna be listening.
Eric, you got to watch out what Will's wife is watching, and Will's wife is friends with your wife on Instagram. They're going to be messaging back and forth.
Oh.
You got to watch what you say.
I'll make sure. I'll tell her to keep it on the download. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Definitely. Oh,
Well, I'm
the
just
flyby.
looking down the comments here, Papa. A whole bunch of people are saying hi.
Oh, hello.
Actually-
Oh, look. You know what?
Not many, actually, now that I look. Only one.
All one. DD.
DD, Chris Semch. Hello, David. I'm looking through the comments right now.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I can't stick around, but I have a lot of work to do ahead of me, and I got to get back to it, guys. So you guys have an awesome stream. I'll listen in when I can, and Will, it's good talking to you. I'm gonna get back to work.
We'll be in touch.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
Sounds good,
Hope the
man.
rest of the project goes easy for you, buddy. Thanks.
See you
for
next
coming in.
Saturday.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Take care, everybody.
Peace,
Later.
brother.
Take it easy.
Brother. All right, that guy's out of here.
Yeah, that's freaking guy. God,
He's so
Lord.
awesome.
Hey, at least he came on. He came on.
He
Yeah.
is the nicest guy, man. Next to Mike.
Oh. Tough competition around here.
All right, we left off. You liked that. Oh, this is the. So let's go to the flip side. You're in the industry for, you said, almost like a decade here. What's happening? Something I see happening in the world of detailing that I don't really like is.
Oh, man, this one is like, there's gonna be so much hate on this, but graphene. I can't stand it. Not a fan of, the graphene and marketing tactics that are behind it.
Mhm.
I've talked to a lot of chemists, so that's the cool part is
Yeah.
I talk to people all day, every day, and when you run across a chemical engineer, a molecular chemist, and you kind of pick their brain on it, it's all the similar consensus of what graphene oxide is and, what a true graphene oxide coating would cost.
Mhm.
And then, on the flip side of that is someone who's actually ran it through a bunch of tests and spectrometers and just seeing what a graphene oxide coating actually consists of. To me, man, that whole ploy of, graphene this, graphene that, self-healing this, self-healing graphene that, it's something that it upsets me that the industry has turned to that.
Well, I really appreciate your candid response to that. I know this is an issue that is very divisive in the detailing world.
Yes.
It's like you don't talk politics, you don't talk religion, and you don't talk graphene.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of broke that third rule there pretty quick.
No, I mean, and that's it though, right? Like there's people on both sides of it, and both tend to talk about the chemistry as if it was proven and then disproven. I have a few graphene infused products. I've used a graphene coating before. It's not like they're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would
It's
agree.
just,
They're not terrible, but the whole marketing behind it, saying that it's this exponentially different, higher up level of coating compared to a quartz based or a silicone based. It's kind of like back in the day when they did Teflon, right? Where are Teflon coatings now? Yeah. There's no Teflon coatings anymore. And to me, it's one of those things that, I don't foresee Gyeon ever dipping their toes into that because, we have this core belief that, a ceramic coating is a quartz based or, a 𝗟𝗩𝗧𝗢 based or some chemistry that, there's thought and process behind. So I'm personally not a graphene guy, but there's guys out there and I respect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I was looking, they've got graphene tire dressing now.
Yeah, I seen that on the. I had seen that from a product that makes graphene tire dressing. Yes, I've seen that. I've not used it, but I've not heard anything bad about it either.
Yeah, and to me, it's it's cool to look at it in a chemical perspective. You get a bottle of graphene coating, and you have these little particles that always sink to the bottom. Yeah. So I start to question, well, if I'm shaking up the bottle, is that what I'm wiping on my paint? And if it's a solid particle, is that going to scratch or mar my paint as I put it on? So a lot of like unanswered questions in my eyes behind it.
Yeah.
Yep.
But hey,
definitely there hasn't been anything that's come along that's just sort of irritated a lot of people, and then other people have totally jumped on board.
Yeah, and if it works for people, it works, and I fully support everybody making their own decision. That's the best part about the world, right? We all make our own decisions, and if it works, it works.
Yeah, this is a comment. I'm just going to bring in Joe's comment here from the comment section. Dropping a few drops of graphene in their ceramic coatings, and now it's a graphene coating. I hear that criticism a lot.
Yeah.
That it's just sort of like. Yeah, so I had a really cool conversation with a molecular chemist. And what he told me was the parts per million is how they measure these coatings, right? And he ran a graphene coating through a spectrometer or one of his fancy machines, and he said it was less than 1 part per million. But that comment makes sense, right? It has graphene oxide in it, and therefore it can be classified as a graphene coating. So, I don't know what graphene levels or graphene oxide is in different chemicals and coatings and stuff, but to me, like the question was, what don't you like? And that's one thing that I can't stand behind.
I was freaking out the other day. I was foaming my car, and I thought my foamer wasn't working. My foam gun wasn't working because it was just like liquefying right away, and it wasn't. And it was. So I tried it on my friend brought a new car to him over, and my foamer was working fine. And it was that damn Mohs ceramic coating of yours will not allow my car to foam up. So I'm gonna need you to reimburse me, I guess. That damn coating for doing what it's supposed to do. I thought my foam gun was. I'm like, what's going on? Is the siphon not working? But
yeah, I would tell you. Jumping back to Jason 𝗚𝗘𝗧𝗢 at Chicago Auto Pros, he did a cool video about Mohs, and Mohs is in our consumer lineup, and he was like, this coating's awesome, and I'm like, I need to get you on some of our certified coatings so you could kind of see awesome. Awesomer, more awesome?
Awesomer.
Yeah, awesomer. Well, you spoke, so that's the word now.
I did a Mohs coating, I think it was about a year ago, maybe not quite a year ago. I was all set to do a graphene coating, but something with the bottle wasn't clicking for me, and I ended up doing Mohs. And I swear to God, man, it is my favorite coating. And I've used probably a dozen, like you, Mike. I've used Fireball coatings, Tax System. I've used I haven't used my 𝗚𝗏𝗧𝗢. I've got a bottle of that, but that Mohs is legit, man. And with the ceramic detailer to top it every once in a while.
Yep. Oof. That combination.
I can't foam my car anymore. Just the windows.
Yeah.
The windows were the only thing that
dark.
the foam is hit to.
I hate when that happens.
That car's totaled.
Yeah, get a new one. All right, let's go to the next one here. Here we go, buddy. You've been waiting for this one. Hockey is the best sport on earth because.
Oh man, hockey is the best sport on earth because it's more than just a game, and it teaches valuable life lessons.
Yeah, and for those that don't know, tell them you're a coach, right? You were telling me you're a U14 coach.
Yeah, so I'm in my 5th year right now of coaching, and I've been around the sport since I was 5 or 6, and wasn't able to play anymore because of injuries. And long story short, when I moved out to Colorado, I got involved at a local hockey rink volunteering, and it just stuck. I wasn't going to coach this year because of the newborn, and once again, my wife is kind of the boss, and she told me, you should really coach, and kind of pushed me, and ended up coaching, and yeah, not looking back.
Yeah, I'm sure she pulled an arm on that one, right?
Yeah, you know what? You'd be surprised. I was really ready to take the year off and get away from. You volunteer, right? You're volunteering your time, and when you're at an ice rink, 4 or 5 days a week, it gets consuming.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be able to teach young athletes and young kids and young adults. I guess they're starting to turn into adults, but just teach them a little bit about the sport, but more about like hard work, right? Hard work pays off when you put in the time. And it's also neat because you get to watch kids that are not your own grow.
Yeah.
I have kids that I coached 5 years ago come up to me at the ice rink and put me in a chokehold and say, "What's up, coach?" And they're bigger than me now. And it's like, what happened to you? Like 5 years ago, I could toss you around, and now you would kick my butt.
Well, I can't imagine how much more it'll become. Like, it's already so satisfying for you, but when your own son gets involved in the sport, man, you're just gonna have little happy, sad tears of.
Yeah, I hope, man. That's, my wife and I are very adamant about getting him out to the ice rink. He's 4 months old.
Well, it's too late. He's missed his window.
You know what? He didn't, though. He was 3 days old, and I had an adult game, and my wife's like, "You know what? He'll be okay. We're going to bring him to the ice rink." And he was at the ice rink, 3 days old, watching me play hockey. So, yeah. So, so he's been around the rink a little. So hopefully it takes.
And it's a great sport. I agree. Mike likes the Sharks, but if you're at that minor hockey level, all of these guys, all these women, they're all volunteering their own time, and I just think that's awesome. And I just want to give you a little story here. We used to have a coach in Calgary called 𝗑𝗏𝗏. He wasn't a players coach. He wasn't very popular with the players, but I have a friend who's a coach of a team, and his team was pretty high level. Like, I think they were AAA.
Okay.
AAA Pee-wee. So like these 13, 14-year-old hotshots. But the team was kind of unraveling. There was just something was lacking there. And so through a friend, he got the number or the email address of the coach of the Flames. And just sent him a message just saying, "Hey, listen, if you have any advice for this group of kids." And he ended up having a 1-hour phone conversation with 𝗑𝗏𝗏.
Wow.
During the conversation, my friend Anton said, "Thank you for what you do." And 𝗑𝗏𝗏 said, "No, man, I have to thank you. You are the guys. Without you coaching these young kids, I have no star players to coach." Like,
that's so cool.
It was so powerful that I just my son's doing evaluations for the last couple of weekends, and the rink is packed with moms and dads just volunteering their time. And thank you for what you're doing.
Yeah,
you're not even a parent. You're not even a parent. Most of the I'd say 99% of the volunteers I know have kids. Like, they got some skin in the game. You just do it for the love of the game. So that's just amazing, man.
Yeah, and I hope when my son is older that somebody in my position is able to volunteer their time and take him under their wing. So
They will.
it's
Yep, they will.
you're putting in now for what comes later.
Yes.
Right.
So the detail firm just came into the chat, and he says that he likes the way your bottles look.
Oh, yeah. We got a cool one right here. Let me shake it and turn it pink again. But yeah, I don't know if you can kind of see it. So it's got all these weird crystallized patterns up top.
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll show up great on the camera.
We know what you mean. It's very sculpted, almost like a diamond.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons I love products is just the way they look. And Detail Firm is a newer company who Brandon, the man behind the brand, is putting so much passion into his labeling, and his whole presentation is just super classy. And
It's super classy.
We appreciate that from products, you know, like some products, they just kind of use the generic bottle and they use a generic label.
Yeah.
But Gyeon's definitely raised their game. Those new, the 4 liter.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got 9 of those, and they're like wall art to me. Just so cool.
I would tell you that's so, and I'm gonna probably get scolded by a bunch of people again, but
it's okay.
We're in the business of selling bottled water at the end of the day, right? It's your Smart Water, your Dasani, your Nestle. Those are the big, US brands, but it's what makes it stand out. Why would you get a nice bottle of water compared to a plastic bottle? And part of it is the appeal and the marketing behind it. And our team in Seoul, South Korea, and a bunch of our guys over in Poland do such a great job with the designs of everything.
Yeah.
So without those teams, we wouldn't have a cool product.
So there's a connection between Korea and Poland, you just said?
Yeah. So a bunch of our marketing core and administrative guys, and there's a great team of guys that are based in Europe. I want to say Poland, Belgium, and I don't even know. I mean, just everywhere. And that's why Gyeon's got that really European feel. That's why my shirt is super tight.
Medium.
Yep. Yeah. So it's it's a really cool like European vibe, and that's what the brand is based behind, is the European car care market. And because of that environment, that's why we have this cool brand.
Where does the name Gyeon come from?
That's a good question. Honestly, I've asked, and I've never really learned it.
It's not a Korean word.
It might be. I'm not 100% sure. But Gyeon, Gyeon. I mean, it's not an easy word to pronounce. So, it's got to be. There's got to be something behind it.
I wonder if that hurts a brand in America when it has a name that's just a little bit tricky. Because I say decal, and Americans just, what are you talking about?
What's a decal?
Well, I can't figure it out.
Yeah, that's a good point. I would tell you, I could see where it could hurt, but I think as the name gets out there and people start to try the products and experience and get that Gyeon experience, as we call it, I don't foresee it hurting. The appeal, like you're saying, of the bottles, I think also kind of helps us out a little.
Yeah, it does stand out.
Yeah. What does the Q2 mean?
Yeah.
Another great question. I would tell you it's our second iteration. So we have Q2, which is kind of our ceramic lineup. And then we have Q2M. The M is maintenance. So the maintenance lineup.
Okay.
But yeah, good question. I'm gonna jot these down, and I'll get back to you on those.
All right.
Gotcha.
This one's interesting to me. I feel like if I go to Denver one day, I'm gonna go down like in Chicago, they have that mile-long shopping street.
The Magnificent Mile.
Is that something like that in Denver, and it's all detailing companies? Because like, what's going on with Colorado? So here's number 8. My favorite aspect of life in Colorado is.
Oof. My favorite aspect of life in Colorado is, I would tell you it's the best of like, I'll call it the best of both worlds. So you kind of have the city feel if you go to downtown Denver. Not so much like Chicago. Chicago's got that crazy hustle and bustle about it. But downtown is kind of that city living, you know, go to restaurants, bars. But at the other side of that is, you know, an hour and a half away from us, we're up in the mountains skiing and snowboarding and, you know, experiencing nature. So I would tell you, best part about Colorado is the give and take, right? You can decide where you want to be, when you want to be there.
That makes sense. That's, you know, that sounds a lot like where I live. I've learned a lot about Denver and Colorado from watching the show on HGTV called House Hunters. It seems every other episode is a Colorado one. And yeah, it's one of my favorite cities on HGTV.
Yes, we made it.
So Chris says it best. The beaches suck in Colorado.
The beaches do suck.
Yeah. Can't really catch any waves here.
No.
You know, the only surfing we do kind of is on snow, but
yeah.
And it's cold. It's cold when you're surfing on snow.
Yes.
I can attest to that. All right, here's number 9. If I could go back in time, you're a young guy. I don't know if this will work for you, this question. But if I could go back in time and give my younger self some advice, it would be.
Oof. So I am younger, but I would tell you a couple of things. I would tell myself, 1, invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I saw that on Facebook.
That stuff is for real. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Facebook a week ago, and I was like, "Oh yeah, that's funny."
Zoom.
No, I would tell myself, follow your heart, right, and you know, follow what you're passionate about, and you'll do just fine. You know, I would tell you, if I would have followed my passion and realized that this industry was my passion a little bit earlier, I'd be in a little bit different of a place. But you know, I can't complain, man. I love my life. I got a beautiful wife, a very, very good looking little boy. So I got a roof over my head and food on my plate. So I can't complain.
Damn right, man. Damn right. Well, that brings us to the end of the personal side of the questions. And this is one we ask all of our guests. And man, we have had questions ranging from portable little vacuums that go around. No, what are they? Motorized little vacuums to Jaguar XFRs. So what is a recent purchase that has left you highly satisfied? Doesn't have to be automotive related.
Oof.
We've had barbecues. Mike, what else have we had?
Oh, that robot vacuum.
Yeah, that's the one. iRobot.
Yeah,
that's on my list. That's on my list of things
me
to
too.
purchase. I hope my wife's not on here because that's like one of her Christmas gifts, I'm thinking. I have 3 dogs, 2 of which are golden retrievers that shed like crazy, and we vacuum every day, so that's like a necessity. But a recent purchase that has left me highly satisfied. Man, I would say it's like split between 2 things. Shoes. I'm a huge sneakerhead. Okay. So pairs of Jordans and stuff like that. But I would say my car. I had a 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee that was like my dream car. And I got hit by a driver who was texting and driving, ended up totaling my car, and I picked up a Volkswagen Tiguan.
Okay, Tiggy. Yeah.
Yeah, a little Tiggy. And man, it's a soccer mom car and a mom car, but man, that car for what it is and what I got it for, man, I am very, very satisfied with Volkswagen, and will probably be driving Volkswagen for quite a while now.
Well, I've got a gussied up Tiguan called a Q5, so I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. Hey, man, it's crazy. My wife has a Q5, and I have the baby version of it. I think something's going on here.
Yeah, something's not. Well, maybe something is right.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, now that I look and I evaluate. Yeah. Oh, something just crossed my mind, but I lost it. All right. Well, thanks for doing that. What we want to do now?
I got a question, Will.
Go ahead.
So I see that Will's got extreme knowledge in a lot of products and where you're at now. From detailing aspects of doing detailing to where you're at now, what has been your history in steps wise from 15 to I guess you're 30 maybe? It's in a 15-year aspect. How did you go from just detailing for fun to being the CEO of Gyeon?
I wish I was the CEO. If I was the CEO of Gyeon, I would be cruising around in a Ferrari right now.
Nice.
Maybe not.
Well, tell us your steps from teenage years to now.
Yeah.
Tell us about your life.
Yeah. So when I was younger, for me it was Meguiar's and playing with chemical guys and Adams polishes and anything that I could get my hands on. Mm-hmm. And it slowly progressed into learning paint correction. I vividly remember my mom had a white Volvo and it had Fallout on it. And it was just super, super spotty and it had all these little rust spots. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out what it was. And I remember my buddy introducing me to a clay bar. And it was just like the most mind-blowing thing for me that this piece of clay could remove some of it. Yeah. And then he showed me what an iron remover was, and I was just like, this is just insane. And then I started diving into, the chemistry behind it and, the different products that were out there and, was super passionate about keeping my car clean. And then it turned into keeping my family's cars clean and, my motorcycle clean and my friends' bikes clean and kind of developed into like a passion, right? And then when I moved out to Colorado, there was a company that was hiring, and they were a car care company. And my buddy Frank, who we talked about at the beginning of this, was like, "Hey man, have you heard of this company? Like, we've used their products in the past. They're hiring. You should apply for it." And this was probably 5-6 years ago. I applied for a job, and I actually interviewed with the founder of that company. And he's like, "Oh, so when do you start working here?" And my interview with him was detailing. He had a white SRT8 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And that was my interview with him. Was I detailed the car with him. And I had a 9-to-5 at that time that I was, decently involved with. And he's like, "So when do you start working for me?" I'm like, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Well, you obviously have the job. Like, when do you start?" And that's kind of how I went from more of the, using the products to the industry side of it, of selling the products and developing the products and, working on the processes. And so it was a pretty chance or leap of faith, or, it just happened out of the blue. So it was a cool experience. And then I would tell you that kind of stepping into that company is the reason I'm here today, right? Okay. The knowledge that I gained from that and the friends that I gained from that and all the information and stuff that I learned from that role, multiple roles there, have kind of shaped me into being able to do what I do for Gyeon.
Yeah, I've noticed actually a few of our detailing friends, Mike, are now making that crossover into working for brands.
Yes.
And it makes complete sense, right? It's sort of like hockey players becoming coaches, or managers.
Yeah.
Like you know how these things work, but yeah, that's awesome.
So now you're sitting here at the CEO spot of Gyeon, and now when you sit back in your office with your feet up on the table and you look at your products, what products do you stand out where you're at now?
Yeah.
Oh man. I would tell you I first off, I wish I would sit back with my feet up on the desk. That's maybe the 20-year plan. But no, I would tell you, I find myself gravitating a lot towards the maintenance products, right? Like, and the prep products too. Like Gyeon Prep, to me, hands down, is one of the greatest prep and panel wipes I've ever used. Yeah. And it's one of our top selling products. And when I'm a very, very analytical person where I love numbers, spreadsheets. And when I look at it, it's crazy to see that our prep spray outsells our coatings. So what that tells me is people that aren't using Gyeon coatings are using Gyeon Prep. And, you know, I've had very little experience with Gyeon Prep. I used it maybe once or twice before I started with the company. And now it's like my favorite products for everything. I mean, I have a whiteboard in my office. If I have to clean my whiteboard, I'll use Gyeon Prep just because I like the smell of it.
Yeah.
Other products, I mean, I have a bunch like behind me, like Interior Detailer.
Yeah.
So it's a new product for Gyeon for 2020. We announced it at 2020 SEMA, and then rolling into 2021, we brought it in the US. And to me, it's just the greatest interior detailer I've ever used. You can use it on almost any surface. It doesn't streak. I use it on dashes, and you know, when you have all these fancy new cars like Teslas that have these giant screens, like I don't have to break out a glass cleaner. I just use that, and it's streak free.
Nice.
Well, that's huge.
Antibacterial. So, you know, Rick was talking about our ceramic detailer. It's like another product that was new last year that to me, it's ahead of its time. It's not streaky. It adds protection. It's easy to use. So, you know, it's a user-friendly product, but at the same time, it gives you these crazy professional results. So,
So does Gyeon have a line from start to finish with cleaning an exterior car, from, you know, tire cleaning to dressing to prepping the car, polishing the car, maintenance the car? Are they a one-stop shop for everything? Yeah.
So we have recently, and I believe it was 2020, we released a tire cleaner, a wheel cleaner. So tire and wheels, we have tire brush, wheel brushes, so it kind of takes care of your tires and wheels. All-purpose cleaner, kind of gets your wheel wells. Sorry, I'm just like brainstorming through my wash process.
That's okay.
For foam, we have a product specifically called Foam, which is another one of my favorite products.
It's good. And there's two foams, isn't there? Isn't there one that's even more super concentrated?
So there is, I believe there's Foam Essence. There might be. It's not a product we carry here in the U.S. So
I got Essence and I got Essence Plus.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you Canadians are lucky. You guys got a little bit more than we do.
Oh yeah, cost me $300, but that's all right.
It's worth it. Worth it. So foam, and then a couple different wash soaps. So Bathe, which is you know, typical wash soap, pH neutral, very easy to use, very lubricated. Bathe Plus. It's very similar formula, but has SiO2 in it, or ceramic protection, as you know, some call it. And then Bathe Essence, which is a very highly concentrated wash soap. You know, 2 little pumps of it, and your whole wash bucket is good to go.
The detail firm has something similar to that too. A couple of little drops I can make snow at 100-degree temperature outside.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy the chemistry behind these products now. So, you know, wash is done. Clay lubricant, clay bars, wash pads. I mean, anything that you could think of, prep sprays, compounds, polishes, jeweling polishes. I mean, panel prep that we talked about. You know, I'm looking at some of the products I have here: tire dressings, iron removers, glass coatings, leather coatings. I mean,
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so I would tell you the product line is very expansive, but it's not to the point where you have, you know, 7 different wash soaps.
Yeah.
You know, you have 3
Not
wash
a chemical
soaps.
guys lineup.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the cool thing that I really, really love about our brand is, you know, we don't have, you know, 20 different soaps that are doing, you know, trying to accomplish the same thing. It's, you know, do you want protection in your soap or do you want normal soap?
Yeah.
And there are your options. You know, it's not one of these things that it's like, I'm going to take that one off the shelf today and use that soap.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys have it in the States. Do you have the PPF wash?
We do, yes.
Like that one came in handy on a car I had because you can't clay a car to get any little deposits out of it if it's got a PPF wrap. But that stuff just sucked the contaminants and the fallout right out of it. I was amazed. Just a soap. Yeah,
and I would tell you another really cool one that we released last year is called Restart Wash.
I got that one too.
Yeah, so Restart Wash has like an iron remover built into it.
I think that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
wow.
So you know, one of the biggest misconceptions with coatings are, you know, they're these bulletproof things we're putting on cars and it's going to bead water forever. I tell people it's like pores of your skin. Like if your skin pores clog up, you're going to have an oily face.
Yeah.
So when your ceramic coating pores clog up, you need to get something to clean them out. So Restart Wash is designed to clean the pores of a coating and bring it back to life if it's not beading or sheeting. You know, if your water's starting to stick and you have a coating, you know, that was installed 6 to 8 months ago, chances are the coating's just clogged up.
And what's that called? Which product is that?
Restart Wash.
Restart Wash, because I know Eric had he put a coating in his car a few months back, and he's having spot issues like on the hood, on the panel, where he's not seeing the coating act. So maybe I'll tell him that.
Yeah, and I would tell you like the thing I see most is like the lower panel of a car that gets exposed. Like Rick and myself, when we experience snow and you blast it off and you're like, well, why is my coating not beading? Well, all the contaminants and road grime and, you know, for us, like mag chloride is the chemical they use on our roads. It gets into the pores of the coatings and it makes it so they don't bead water. And something as simple as a Restart Wash that has, you know, trace amounts of a iron remover and a fallout remover and detergents in it can bring a coating back to life.
That's true. Like I was saying, I don't know if we were on when I said it, but I've been using Gyeon products almost exclusively for the last year on my own car. And like now I can't foam my car. Like it just the foam won't sit on it. And it's
a good problem to have.
Here's a question that comes from a Canadian. He knows a lot. He's this is Alex. He lives in a little small town. I think there's 7 people there and 1 cow. But he wants to know, assuming Gyeon blends all their own in South Korea, or does it use a blender over there?
Yeah, good question. So Gyeon blends their own products. We own our manufacturing facility, our chemistry facility, all of our chemical blends. So it's one whole process that we own. We don't have a third-party blender that's, you know, blending 30 different brands. You know, we blend our own products. We decide what we blend, when we blend it. So it's kind of a cool part of owning the whole process.
Nice.
Yeah, and you know what? That seems to really fit with the Korean model, the Korean business model. You know, the Korean auto manufacturers, the whole Kia, the whole Hyundai is built there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Even my Kia, I had a 2011 Kia. It came with Korean tires. Like it's just they're all in shop, and I think you got to learn a little history about the country, and it makes sense. So that doesn't surprise me. Mike, did you just give me $10?
I know. I'm drinking my beer. Just finished.
Thank you, man. I need that.
I know. It helps with the shipping.
Well, it's going to pay for my $1,000 Vyper chair that you talked me into.
Yeah, but you know, where is it at?
It's not here yet, and I got dinged for $75 duties today.
That's good.
Oh man,
Talk about that later.
So I see you got your medium shirt, Gyeon. Is the G Unit hat? Is that Gyeon a hat?
Yeah,
too?
so it's Gyeon's. Man, in my past roles at previous companies, I was really involved with the clothing and getting it manufactured and helping design it. But yeah, so this is a Gyeon. I'll even show you a little Gyeon hat here.
Nice.
And then I would tell you the thing that I love about Gyeon is everything is so thought out. I mean, this shirt I have is embroidered here. I have embroidery somewhere else. I have a pink button, and just to go with our spectrum of colors, there's a tag, a nice pink tag back there.
Oh, nice.
So it's just really well thought out, clothing and well branded. So
Yeah.
it's very neat. It's cool to see, from a 10,000 foot perspective of other people making the clothing. And knowing what goes into having all these little tags and stuff, it's very, very tedious to get, something as small as this little G that's embroidered on my shirt. I mean, it's just neat to see that they've been able to do stuff like that.
Well, I find when I use their products, they feel refined. They work in a refined way, but there's just an overall refinement to the whole brand that it really resonates with my OCD. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would tell you everything is very, very meticulously thought out, down to the packaging. Right, the first customer experience is when they see your packaging, and they do a great job of making sure people know, what they're using.
Yeah, so, you know what? Like Mike, we've got favorite brands for different reasons, right? Like I also like the fun and the comical nature of the Adams lineup. With their limited editions, their Halloween like pumpkin spice spray. Like you gotta admire the marketing genius of that as well. Yeah. So it's not like people always ask me, what's your favorite brand? And I'd say, well, what mood am I in? What mood am I all fancy and I want to have this is the only shirt I've ever seen by a detail company that has a collar. It's like the only one I've ever seen that is so fancy for the detailing world.
Yeah. Hey, don't get me wrong. I have Gyeon's got a bunch of t-shirts, but I was like, I feel special tonight. I'm going to put a button down, a button down shirt on for the boys.
Nice.
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Mike,
you got any questions for him? I'm going to go down the comments and see.
I do have another question. So some companies, they offer, not a bunch, but some companies offer pro lineups or certified installer lineups. Does Gyeon do something similar to that?
Yeah. So I would tell you, well, first off, yes, we do. And I would tell you that's something, in my opinion, that Gyeon did very well in. Is they have this certified detailer program, and that's the main responsibility of my role right now is managing that aspect of the business. And I would tell you I got a delivery of some clothing here. So quick sidebar from my wife, but
what kind of he's running a pretty good outfit over there, isn't he?
So going back to the tags and multiple prints. The cuff of this shirt has crystallized pattern on it. So, really well thought out. And then got another one here. Excuse all the dog hair on it, but once again, tag on the back and little hang tags with the G on them, and just the thought process to have all that is insane.
So
where do people buy it?
No,
go ahead.
So on your shirt where it's got the G there, right above it should be certified.
Yeah.
Then you could be a certified G.
Yeah. I like that.
I should have seen that one coming.
I should have seen it too. Now I feel bad I didn't see it coming.
Mike, that is brilliant.
But yeah, so going back to the certified network. So Gyeon has 4 products that we reserve for our certified installers. 2 of them are multi-layer coatings that we back with a freedom of choice warranty of 10 years or an infinite warranty. And then we have 1 coating we back with a freedom of choice of 3 years or 10 years, which is a single layer coating. And then we have another personal favorite of mine. It's called 𝗠𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗢. So Gyeon has a consumer version called 𝗠𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗢. It's a true silica sprayable ceramic coating that you mist into a towel, wipe onto a panel, flip your towel over, buff it away, and 𝗠𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗢 Pro is, a year plus of protection. I could coat a full car in 𝗠𝗜𝗚𝗧𝗢 Pro in about 30 minutes.
Wow.
And I'm not breaking my wrist. I'm not waiting for it to flash or haze up. It's designed that a solvent carrier releases the solvent right away, and the solvent carrier starts to dissipate right away.
So what does one need to do to be certified, and what are the benefits to be certified as a pro installer?
It depends. It's, depending on the program. So we have certified studio locations and certified mobile guys. So studio are guys with fixed shop location, commercial property, that have these, built out shops. And then the certified mobile guys are generally guys with a mobile rig, guys that have really nice garage setups. We brought a guy on called Inspire Detailing. It was a really cool garage setup. It was a rad garage for sure. And he just purchased a massive shop and decked his shop out. And now he has a rad garage and a rad shop. And, kind of moved him from a mobile program, having access to 2 of our pro coatings, to full access to all of our pro coatings.
Wow. That's cool.
And the main thing is, what are the benefits of the program is being able to back a coating with a warranty. And, I know everybody's like, oh, this is going to last 7 years. This is going to last 10 years. This is going to last 9 years. The cool part is like we have this global backing of, being in 90 different countries, 90 plus different countries now. We're offering this warranty in all these countries. So it's, we have a warranty registration system that, is very cool. And, just having a global backing behind a certified coating is, to me, speaks for itself.
Nice.
I was giving my friend Alex the gears there. He says, I'm in Lethbridge, not 7 persons, Rick. I don't know if that's it. We got some small ass towns here, man. I don't know if Colorado.
Yeah, I would tell you Colorado's we have some small towns here. When you go northeast of Denver towards other states, you get some really small towns, and you get a cool nostalgia when you go and visit them.
So, Will, I'm going to put you on the spot. Feel free to just say no. But
okay.
Have you worked for any other big companies? Any other companies come to mind?
Oof. I knew this question was going to pop up at some point. Yes, I have. I've worked for arguably probably one of the biggest direct-to-consumer companies in the U.S., and I managed a sub-brand of their products at some point in time while I was there. Worked there for close to 4 years, and I would tell you that's what got my foot in the door and what helped me be able to work for Gyeon. Started off there pretty much doing everything. I learned every process of the business, from their production of their chemicals, their bottling of their chemicals, to their customer service, marketing. And I ended there doing a little bit of product development, imports, exports. So built a sponsorship program there where I think we might have met at some point. I don't know. I'm just saying we might have met at some point there. But yeah,
I'm sure people can put that one together.
Yeah, and I still have great ties with that company. A lot of close friends that worked there, that still work there, that don't work there. So, kind of a really cool company. When I started with them, there was about 10 employees, and now I want to say they're well over 100 employees. So it was pretty cool to be able to experience a company going from a small, very family feel, to the straight up
meteoric rise. Yeah.
Yeah, and that was, the best part about that. That's was the people I met there, right?
Yeah.
And one of the guys I met there actually is the guy who introduced me to my wife. And so, without that job, wouldn't have a wife, wouldn't have a kid, wouldn't be working for Gyeon. So I can't, that company was very good to me.
Yeah.
Learned a lot from them, and I'm very excited to take what I learned and try to do similar things with a different brand.
Yeah, and like we all basically started washing cars for family, detailing cars for friends, and like my hobby's grown, Mike, yours has grown into a side gig. But the one thing I never anticipated was getting to know and follow employees that work at these companies that sell brands. Like,
yeah,
it's kind of like I joke about this on this live stream all the time. Like, Netflix needs to get on this and start like putting out a series about detailing, because there are so many different aspects. And I remember following you when you worked for other companies, and then through you I'd see that you follow this guy who also works there. Like, I know what kind of cars you guys were driving, and
the power of social media,
you guys were
man.
taking, and like it's amazing. Like, it's just such a neat social network,
Yeah, it's cool. And I would tell you, like, I go back on my social media all the time, and I see like photos of me working there and like stuff I did there. I'm like, oh my God, like I have a picture that pops up every year, and it's I bought a Yamaha R1. And I'm not a big guy. I'm 5'11", 150, and I had this rocket ship, and I have pictures of it. Like, it pops up for like a week every year where I have pictures of it in different spots in the business.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it's just this nostalgic memories of like my growth in that company and all the stupid things we did while we worked there.
Yeah, like bottled water, like literally. So if I do make my way down to the Denver area one day, can we go visit? Like, we'll visit your Gyeon, but could we also go visit that place?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, okay. And I'll tell you, like I said, I have very good friends that still work there. Good buddies, the VP of marketing there. Bunch of the marketing team, the photo team there, the content guys there. I pop my head in there every once in a while just to say what's up. And, my wife will shoot me because every time I say I'm going there, it turns into, an hour plus reunion. But yeah, man, like I still have a lot of love for the guys there and, everything that we were able to accomplish as a team there. So, if you pop down to Denver, I will gladly take you there.
Next time you're at the Adams facility and you're talking to the VP of operations, now that you're the CEO of Gyeon here, tell them they need to reply back and get it on the live stream with RAD Garage over here and do what you just did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it'd be cool to see, their view of things. And, you kind of let the cat out of the bag, but I would say at this point it was pretty obvious. But I mean,
Mike. Try to be subtle.
It's a really cool brand, man. Like, I have mad respect for what they've accomplished. Anytime you can, make a single bottle of something and sell, 5,000 units plus, in the blink of an eye. I mean, it's, you did something right.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about their company is they're able to control all that. They blend in the U.S. They own their whole production and their whole production channel. And I would tell you that's like the neat thing about that brand that I loved was being able to contribute things and come up with these crazy weird ideas. But that's also the part that has made Gyeon super nice for me is like I could take these weird ideas that didn't get used there or ideas I had for there and kind of blend them into my own creation and use them at a new company. So it's neat.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, I appreciate there was just you were able to give me a level of service and support that just really infused my passion. I was just kind of like, I'm gonna, it turned into a YouTube channel. It's grown, and now listen, I get to connect with guys like you. I get to connect with guys like Mike. We're gonna take a couple more questions, and then we're gonna end things so that we can hang around and have a.
I'm sorry, I really didn't mean to.
No, you're totally fine, man.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. There's no.
So
does anyone have any questions, Mike? You might even have.
I did see one question pop up. I'm gonna go back. It's from Detail something. I'm gonna go back. He actually had a pretty good question. Oh, Davidson's detailing says, any new products coming out for Gyeon? Bigger lights, new coatings?
Stay tuned.
For which one?
I can't divulge what is coming out, but I will tell you there is. So we're unfortunately not going to SEMA 2021. So Gyeon will do a Gyeon show like we did last year, probably around the time of SEMA. And I would tell you there's some really cool things coming out. Yeah, I'm super excited for it. A lot of changes chemistry wise that are going to make current products better. I'll kind of leave it at that. I don't want to give away too much. But there's some really cool things coming out that
that's why we have you here. We're here so you can spill the beans.
Yeah, I know. I gotta keep it somewhat quiet, but
he's got security clearances that he's got to.
Yeah. It's one of those non-disclosure type deals. But yeah, I'll tell you, there's 2021 will be very, very cool for Gyeon in the sense of. Not only from a professional standpoint, but from a prosumer and a consumer standpoint, we're going to have products in every realm that are going to just evolve. And they're going to, be where we think we're here. We're going to take another step up and slowly climb the ladder.
Oh, that's exciting.
Gotcha.
I want to go back to like the shirt and the hat. You were showing off some other cool shirts. Are those things available for purchase for mere mortals like us?
Yeah. So yes and no. Slowly they're becoming more readily available. So our company is absolutely skyrocketing over the past, like I said, year to year and a half, where we're seeing that people want to wear the apparel. So it's something that we're working on getting more of. We bring in very limited quantity of clothing just because it takes up space for the actual products. But I would tell you, as we grow and expand, I would tell you, yes, the clothing will be very readily available.
I also want to ask you, like, if things are coming overseas in shipping containers, I've heard that the price of a shipping container has just risen astronomically. Are you finding that? Are you facing those challenges?
Yeah, definitely. I would tell you, obviously the world pandemic has kind of thrown a curveball to everybody. So in a previous role, that's part of what I did was importing containers, and, container prices are up 300%, 400%, 500% at sometimes. Yeah. So, I would tell you, as things start to settle back down, we'll start to see a alleviation there. But, it's not something that we're passing the cost along to our customers. We're doing whatever we can physically possible to make sure, we're offering our products and we're not marking them up because of, something that can't be controlled.
Yeah. My sister-in-law's in the tile, carpet, hardwood, floor, a lot of stuff coming over from China. And what used to be a $2,500 container is now $30,000.
Yeah, it's insane. I remember I used to be able to land containers from Korea for, $4,000, $4,500, and they're $10K plus, and and $10K is if you get lucky. But yeah, I've seen container quotes from not only our company but other companies, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, and you're like, wait, that's more than the product in the container.
But you've got contracts to fill. You got to get the product. It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
glad I'm a teacher some days. I really am. I don't.
Yeah, the pandemic, man, took a huge toll.
Mm.
Oh,
So,
man.
Detail Obsessed wants to know if any of the changes have an anti-static or something in it. He has dusting attraction issues from time to time.
Oof, that's a good question. I'm not sure if anything is added as anti-static. I would tell you the main goal of what is already in the works is something that is easier to use and lasts longer. And that's kind of where I'll leave it. Is I'm not 100% sure if there's anti-static built in, but the goal is easier to use, longer lasting on a core group of the new products coming out.
Gotcha.
Hey, let's. I want to throw a 𝗠𝗞𝗘'𝗦. 𝗠𝗞𝗘'𝗦's always asking questions. I feel bad because we don't take enough of them. He's asked you if you could detail a celebrity's car. What celebrity would it be?
Oh man!
Oh, I missed that one. I was looking for that.
I just came up.
Yeah.
Celebrity's car.
Kim
Man,
Kardashian.
that's a good question. Like, okay,
Yeah,
so I'll break it down because I hate making decisions. So, musical celebrity, I would pick a rapper, U.S. rappers, G-Eazy. He's got a couple cool Ferraris.
I wonder why. He's got a G on his head.
Yeah, so I'd pick him. Sports athlete, I would pick obviously a hockey player. Rick's going to know either Patrick Kane. I'm a huge Chicago fan because I'm from Chicago. Patrick Kane is a Chicago Blackhawks player, or a guy that plays for the Colorado Avalanche, Nathan McKinnon. Would love to detail their cars. And then overall celebrity, Elon Musk. And I would hope that I would be able to spin it into a ploy to meet him and kind of pick his brain on things. But those are kind of my four dream celebrities.
Well, there you go, 𝗠𝗞𝗘'𝗦. You got a better answer than you ever could have expected. He broke it down and he compartmentalized his response.
And I'm about 45 minutes away from Tesla's facility. Where
you need to ask them to get a better paint system. I know we talked about before we went live the different paints and stuff.
Yeah.
Man, they're finicky.
Is that right?
Yes, they are. So one of the sorry, I got one more question before we get out. Yeah. So you talk about the lighting systems and everything. So my things is when I detail an interior car in the garage, do an interior when I'm trying to do some filming, the lighting sucks. Does Gyeon have a lighting system that can go across the top of the inside of the car to help with the lighting system to help us see better in there? Or?
So nothing that goes across the top. So the lights we offer are kind of these guys up there. Okay. So we partnered with ScanGrip, and we have a lighting system very similar to ScanGrip because we partnered with them, obviously. But they're cool because they connect via a mobile app. So you can control the brightness and temperature of your light via a mobile app.
Oh, I'm sold.
And then you can link up to 5 lights with it as well.
Oh, wow. So I just need 5 of them in the front, and then I can just move 5 to the back.
Yep, exactly. Just switch it in your app.
Hell yeah. All right, perfect.
Or you could do what my friend down in Medicine Hat does. You could just, oops, nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry, my bad. You just open the sunroof.
Yeah, I guess I could.
Alex,
that's not a bad idea.
I think I taught Alex that.
Yeah, that is not a bad idea. Get some overhead lighting, and you're good to go, Mike.
Perfect.
Well, you know what? This has been awesome, Will. We're going to get you to stick around. Mike, why don't you tell viewers what's coming up on the Behind the Channel live streams?
Okay, so next week, I got, I don't know if I can see it up there. I got System X next week. Let's see. And I got some good ones coming up. Well, I got to get to my calendar.
Mike's always hustling, man. He is on the phone. He's booking. He's like a booking agent. He's like Jerry Maguire.
So in October, we got System X on the 2nd. The following Saturday, Pure Octane Garage. Ulin's polish, Phoenix EOD, and top of line mobile detailing. Those are the 5 we have lined up in October. And I do have PNS confirmed for November on the 13th.
Awesome. Well, viewers, we'll let you go. I know some people on the East Coast probably already packed it in. I think it's like 12:30 out there. Will, we thank you for your time, but please stick around, and we'll do a little post-game press conference behind the scenes. Does that sound all right?
Perfect.
All
Thanks
right.
for having me, guys.
Yes,
It's been a
sir.
pleasure.
See y'all next Saturday.
All right, stay rad, everyone.